We are almost done learning the correct way to handle winning large sums of money and not dying or getting sued. This is part 4, which is really more of a part 2 for part 3. So you probably want to start at the beginning, just in case. Let's finish where we left off, shall we? Let's get cracking. Number 6. That leaves, say, 80% of $91.2 million, or $72.9 million. Here is where things start to get less clear. Personally, I think you should dump half of this, or $36.4 million, into a boring S&P 500 index fund. Find something with low fees. You're going to be constantly tempted to retain sophisticated advisors who charge nominal fees. Don't, period. Even if you lose every other dime, you have $638,400 per year you didn't have before that will keep coming in until the United States falls into chaos. Advisors and their fees. Instead, drop your $36.4 million in the market in a low-fee vehicle. Unless we have an unprecedented downturn the likes of which the United States has never seen, it should return around 7% or so over the next 10 years. You should expect to touch not even a dime of this money for 10 or 15 or even 20 years. In 20 years, $36.4 million could easily become $150 million. Number 7. So, you have put a safety net in place. You have provided for your family beyond your wildest dreams, and you still have $36.4 million in cash. You know you will be getting $638,400 per year unless the Capitol building is burning. You do not ever need to give anyone you care about cash, since they are already provided for generously and responsibly and can't blow it in Vegas, and you have a huge nest egg that is growing at market rate. Given the recent dip, you will be buying in at great prices for the market. What now? Whatever you want. Go ahead and burn through $36.4 million on if you want. You've got more security than 99% of the country. A lot of it is in trust, so even if you are sued, your family will live well and progress across generations. If your lawyer is worth his salt, I bet he is, then you will be insulated from most lawsuits anyhow. Buy a nice house or two. Make sure that they aren't stupid investments though. Go ahead and be an angel investor and fund some startups, but refuse to do it for anyone you know. Friends and money, oil and water. Michael Corleone. Play. Have fun. You earned it by putting together the shoe sizes of your whole family on one ticket and winning the jackpot. Excellent advice. I used to work at a lottery. I even gave out the big novelty checks sometimes, and I've told many friends and family that the smart people who win the lottery do not show up right away. The smart people follow most of the advice given in this most excellent series of posts. However, they also do a couple of other things. Change all phone numbers and ensure the new ones are unlisted before going to claim the prize. Stop home mail delivery. Get a P.O. box. And if your postal service allows it, ensure that mail is only delivered if it is addressed to the family members whose names are listed as belonging to the P.O. box. Change all your billing records to the new address and phone number before claiming the prize. Once you have eventually claimed the prize, do not read mail from sources you do not know. The sob stories will break your heart. Save yourself the anguish and do not read them. In some jurisdictions, including mine, you have to agree to some minor publicity when you collect your prize. This can frequently mean a photograph and your name in the media. I have a few pieces of advice for this. Only one person should collect the winnings. You want to minimize the chance that you're going to be recognized. If there is more than one person in the photo, then there is double the chance that one of you might get recognized. Try to be as anonymous as possible. Ask that the novelty check and subsequent media release name you without using your full name. So if you're John Quincy Adams, ask to be identified as J.Q. Smith. This doesn't work as well if you have an uncommon family name, but in some cases it can help anonymize you a bit. If you're likely to be photographed, then now's the time to play dress up. Wear a hat. Wear sunglasses if you can. Men, grow some facial hair. You're going to get your 15 minutes of fame whether you like it or not. So my advice is to look as unidentifiable as possible when you go to get your prize. If the lottery corporation has prize offices in more than one location, collect your prize at a location that is as far away as possible from where you know the fewest people. Before collecting the prize, you will have already made your arrangements for the funds. Collect the check and immediately deliver it to the bank, to your lawyer, wherever you have made your previous arrangements. As soon as you deposit your winnings, you and your family need to disappear for a month. Most of the excitement and focus will be in the immediate aftermath of you winning the prize. Now it's time for you and your family to rent a cottage on a beach in a foreign country and lay low. I think this advice, combined with the most excellent advice given above, will help you to manage your winnings and hopefully insulate you a bit from the madness of a jealous public. Okay, so we heard the horror stories of what happens when you are a normal person winning the lottery without any clue, and we've heard the correct solution to solving many of the pitfalls that lottery winners deal with. What do you think? Do you think the lottery is worth it? Personally, I feel that it's more hassle than it's worth. The fact that you practically tell everyone that you won money for being lucky makes me feel a little sick inside, because you're winning money for no good reason. The lottery supposedly helps the community, but I feel like it's just a way to get more money from poor people who don't know any better and will ultimately lose the money as quickly as it came due to poor financial habits, and the government knows this. It knows that the money that it's giving out will ultimately just come right back to it. Like I said before, it's the poor people's tax, and it's just predatory behavior that ends up causing more trouble than it's worth. I do agree that providing help is a nice incentive to someone, but they would have been better off putting it into crypto. I know I'm just ranting at this point and that the lottery is going nowhere, but it still makes me sad seeing people throw money away into something that ultimately will not help them ever. Well, make sure to subscribe to see what I talk about next, and don't forget the bell. Thanks for listening to me, and if you truly like what you heard, please leave a like to let me know that you want to hear something more like this. I'm always reading the comments, so make sure to say hi. Cheers.